Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. And welcome to the first webinar for 2025. My name is Andrew Albers, account executive here at CDI. I'm going to be your host today. I'm excited to talk to you today about getting organized with Laserfiche. So we're kind of taking it back to the basics, but there will be some tools discussed today that you may not be aware of that Laserfiche offers that really can help you with organization at your business or throughout your organization. So let's get right into the presentation here. A couple items before we get going. As usual, everybody is on mute, but please put your questions into the question box below. I'll monitor that throughout the presentation, but we'll answer those when we have our question section towards the end of the presentation today. If I don't get to your question, don't fret. I will definitely follow up with you afterwards, one-on-one basis via email. Slides and screenshots will be available upon request, so really there's no reason to take notes. And also this is being recorded, and as all of our webinars are posted to YouTube, you can access it there following the conclusion of today's webinar. On our YouTube channel, you can access all of our other webinars and any of our other Laserfiche content out there as well. All right, like I mentioned, today we're talking about getting organized with Laserfiche. And as you most know, I'm assuming most of you use Laserfiche or are at least a little bit familiar with it. It's obviously a fantastic tool to organize your documents, your records, and all your content throughout your organization. But I did want to point out some helpful Laserfiche tools, like I mentioned, that not all of you may be familiar with. I want to show some of those today. So we'll get to that a little bit later in the demonstration today. Also today, we want to talk about some automation in Laserfiche that's available, but we want to look at it from a color coding perspective. So in Laserfiche, you can essentially assign manually or have the workflow assign specific colors to your templates in Laserfiche. So this is helpful for some of those users out there that may be more visual type folks. This can help with getting them organized in within Laserfiche and kind of have higher Laserfiche adoption for those folks. So we'll talk about some auto file workflows. Also, we'll get into a little bit of searching and showing how some of that color looks displayed when you run a search for those Laserfiche documents. In the demonstration, I will show some of those other helpful Laserfiche tools, and obviously these auto-file workflows will be shown live as well. Then we'll take some questions, and then we'll get into the CDI and Laserfiche resources towards the end. All right, so first up, one really nice, helpful Laserfiche feature that's included with every Laserfiche platform, licensing platform, is Laserfiche Snapshot. So this is essentially a virtual print driver. So what this allows you to do is essentially select file print from virtually any application that has a print function. So this is really nice because generally without this, a user may want to just print a document and then just to go scan it back into Laserfiche, which, you know, not very efficient, doesn't really provide much benefit. So with Laserfiche Snapshot, it allows our users to be able to select Laserfiche Snapshot as the print driver and send that document, take an image of that document, and send it directly into the Laserfiche repository. Once it's in Laserfiche, a couple of different things can happen. Obviously, we can extract text from that document that's been imported in through Snapshot. We generate an image of that document, and we also extract any text from that document as well. So you can have it indexed immediately. You also apply metadata, and then you can obviously run all your full text searches on that document as well. Once that document is in Laserfiche, it can also be further processed by Laserfiche workflow, getting filed into other folders in Laserfiche, apply any additional metadata that may be needed. But really, Snapshot, this is a tool just to get documents and records into Laserfiche from an application that may not currently have a direct connection into Laserfiche. So we'll show that live in a couple minutes here. The other feature that's really nice in getting yourself organized throughout your business or your organization is the Office integration that Laserfiche includes with their platforms as well. So emails, right? This allows you to archive your emails into Laserfiche. So that's been An important subject lately, folks want to archive their emails because you may find that, storing your emails in Outlook, you generally have a pretty large library of emails in your inbox or whatever folders you may have created. In Outlook, it's not that easy to search. It takes time, right? And you may not get the best results. Well, if an archived copy is stored in Laserfiche, you can leverage the more granular search features in Laserfiche and find those emails more efficiently and effectively. You also have additional metadata that's available with those emails in Laserfiche that you can search through. So this integration is for this full suite of Office products. Today, I'm going to show a drag and drop feature from Outlook into Laserfiche. We're going to also talk about the Microsoft Word integration. So like I mentioned, any of those Office products like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they have a Laserfiche ribbon that allows you to send documents directly from within those applications into Laserfiche, apply any indexing metadata, name those documents correctly, and tell Laserfiche where to archive those documents once they arrive in Laserfiche. So this Office integration is a really nice tool to getting yourselves organized, right? You may have a million Word documents all over file folders locally or on the network. Well, you can direct your users going forward to save everything into Laserfiche, because with this integration, it's easy to get those documents into Laserfiche, get them named correctly immediately, assign that metadata. You can also do versioning, so you can enforce version control, monitor version control. You can do the check-in and check-out process as well. So this is another useful tool for Laserfiche for getting yourselves organized. Touched on this already a little bit. Version control is part of the Office integration as well, but this also works outside of Office. It works for really any document that's stored in Laserfiche that you still may want to edit at some point, right? So with version control, you can monitor exactly who is making changes to documents, what time, what date, and what changes are being made. Users can also leave comments that may be helpful to that second or third person that wants to go ahead and edit that same document, right? There's a history of changes that have been made. So basically, Laserfiche version control allows you to track those changes in the system and allows you to be more efficient, right? Why store multiple copies of the same document all over the Laserfiche repository? Store one copy, turn on version control, then if it needs to be edited, you can have that tracked in Laserfiche with that version history displayable right there for you. So another really useful tool in Laserfiche that's included as a core feature. Now, getting back to emails, so you can archive emails in Laserfiche through a manual drag and drop process, which I'll show. You can literally take an email from Outlook and drag and drop it into Laserfiche. It will assign the email template, strip out the metadata, save it into Laserfiche. But even better, you can leverage Laserfiche Import Agent, which a lot of folks are familiar with it from the standpoint that it's a fantastic tool to process documents and records that may reside locally on a folder on your local device or on the network. So it's great for processing large amounts of documents and content. Generally, a user or an organization may use it to monitor folders where a copier or printer or a heavy scanning device is importing into that specific folder. So we'll monitor that folder. Once it notices documents or records have arrived, it can automatically send those documents and records into Laserfiche. But there's also a way to use it as an email archiving tool. So that's another option in the import agent profile configuration. You can set it to monitor folders on your Exchange server or other email servers as well, right? We can monitor mailboxes on that server and automatically send any of those emails into Laserfiche with attachments. Those attachments can be saved along with the email or separately from that email. It can also automatically apply any of the metadata from the email itself. It can do our text extraction for us as well and save that email into Laserfiche without any user interaction. Once those emails are in Laserfiche, they are indexed, named correctly, they're in the Laserfiche repository, and then you can search across those emails as needed at a later time. So this import agent with the email archive option is a fantastic tool to get your emails into Laserfiche automatically. Again, just getting yourself more organized rather than storing everything in Outlook, where, as I mentioned before, it can be tedious to search at a later time when needed. So since I can't show the email archiver tool live, I do have a couple screenshots just to give you an idea of what that looks like. So when you open Laserfiche Import Agent, you can set up various import profiles. So one of those profiles can be to import emails. So there's a quick screenshot of that. Then it expands into settings for the actual mail server, right? So we can connect to our mail server. We can enter our username and password for the mailbox we want to monitor. So we have those options there. Then we have our document properties where we can select, like, what is the name of the email when it comes to Laserfiche? Are we renaming it? What folder are we putting it into, right? Do we want to extract text from that email? How do we want to save the attachment? Do we want to generate Laserfiche pages for PDF attachments or keep the original PDFs, right? There's a couple different options there for you, or all available in the settings pane. Couple more slides here. So there's also obviously an option, what template do we want to apply to emails, right? Generally, you would have maybe one standard email, and with that email template, you have your various index fields like the sender, sender email, recipient, was anybody copied, BCC'd, so on and so forth. This template is customizable, so you can set your own fields that you want to track as part of your emails. This is just an example of the way we've set it up before. Then also, you can apply tags automatically in Laserfiche. If you're not familiar with tags, tags in Laserfiche are another really useful tool for just additional information classification in Laserfiche. Tags are generally based on either security or informational basis, right? So you may want to have a confidential tag. So that's a security tag, right? Only the users that have access to the confidential tag will then be able to see emails in Laserfiche that are tagged confidential, right? Informational type tag may be a tag that pertains to a specific project, for example, right? So let's just say there's like a water pipes project at a city. As long as all of those emails share that common tag, even though those emails may be in different folders in Laserfiche, as long as they share that common tag, we can then find them based on that tag that we've set. So this can also be set automatically by a Laserfiche Import Agent, which is really nice. So once those emails are in Laserfiche, they are organized, they are indexed, the text's been extracted, tags are applied, and everybody's happy, we're more organized. All right, so what licensing is required for some of these things I just talked about and that I'll be showing in the next demo here. So Laserfiche Workflow, that's going to be the tool we're going to be using for the autofile workflows. Workflow is included with your Avante and Rio systems. For our subscription and cloud clients, it is included on the professional and business tiers. Laserfiche Snapshot, this is a core feature. It's standard across all Laserfiche platforms. So if you have Laserfiche already, you have Snapshot. If you've never used it, let us know. We can help you get that set up. The Office integration with version control and check-in and check-out, that's also another standard feature in Laserfiche. That's also available on all of the platforms, and it's ready to go. If you need help getting that set up in your organization, definitely let us know. We can help you get that set up. Laserfiche Import Agent with Email Archiver. This is an optional add-on to the Avante and Rio platforms. For subscription and cloud clients, it is included across all of those licensing tiers. All right, so that's the licensing. Let's get into the demo now. So first up, is a couple autofile workflows here. Let me close out of the PowerPoint. All right, let's go over to Laserfiche. And I'm going to start out using the Laserfiche client, but again, this works in the Laserfiche web-based interface as well. Same functionality, but for this demo here, I'm going to start out with the Laserfiche thick client interface here. So I'm going to navigate over to my specific folder I've set up just for this webinar here. And I have an incoming scans folder. So in this incoming scans folder, this is a folder where I'm going to import documents into, right? So it doesn't matter how those documents come in, whether it's through a scan, a physical scan directly into Laserfiche into this incoming scans folder, a drag and drop process, or me actually creating a new document and within this incoming scans folder, it's going to get picked up by the Laserfiche workflow and process. So basically, Laserfiche workflow is currently monitoring this folder for any new documents, no matter how they arrive, and it's going to process them per the rules defined into the workflow. So in this case, what I'm doing is just a kind of a simple demo here. It's going to basically create a folder structure for me into my client files, right? So let's pretend we are a financial institution. We're bringing on a new client, and we want to create subfolders for that client in our client files section, right? But we want it color coded. So if I open up my client files, you'll notice in my client files, I have my clients, and their folder is essentially this light green color. So we want to keep replicating this. So any new clients that come in, they're going to inherit this green color to their main folder. And then within their folder, there's going to be a couple different subfolders that are automatically generated, also color coded. So as you can see, the compliance folder's got this little pink shade. Correspondence has got a yellow shade, so on and so forth. So rather than me having to do this manually, building these folders out, assigning the templates, picking out the colors, I can actually have the workflow do this for me. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go to my incoming scans folder. And here I'm just going to create a random document. This process would generally be kicked off through a Laserfiche form, but we're just showing a way of the workflow being able to pick it up in any way, no matter which way it comes into that folder, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to create a new document. We're going to assign the template. This is going to be the new client template. So let's go ahead and find that template here for us. All right, now we're going to create the name of our new client. So let's just call this guy, I don't know, Michael Jones. Let me have some other required metadata here. Let's enter in a hypothetical account number here. Account type, let's call it individual. So that's really all I have to do here. This is just a way to get this process kicked off. Now, this, after I refresh, kicks off our workflow process. So as you can see, that temporary document has been removed. And what it did in my client files, if I go in here and I refresh, it created that new folder. So, you know, I told it to, hey, create this new folder for this new client here, and it go ahead and does that for us. Again, it's going to color code our subfolders for us. So really, this is just a simple workflow. I know this is really basic. Some of you all that use Laserfiche already are like, well, that's great. But a lot of people don't know you can have these templates color coded, and that's kind of what we wanted to show here today, that the system can automatically create that folder structure, but also assign some color for some of our more visual learners out there. All right, so next auto file workflow. Let's pretend I have Mr. Aaron Arison, who's already a client, but I have a new document for him that I need to go ahead and import into Laserfiche. Maybe it's a form he filled out for attestation or whatever it may be. So I'll go to my incoming scans here. And for this case, I'm going to do a drag and drop here. You'll notice this is not the name that I want to keep in Laserfiche. This is a 2025 CDI resources brochure, right? But we definitely want to rename this once it goes into Laserfiche for our client here. So we'll drag and drop that in there. We're going to make sure we select the correct template here. This is going to be the client files template. Now we have to pick the right client from our drop-down list. So Laserfiche does a lookup into our client list. We're going to go ahead and select Aaron here. And then what is this document that we're importing in? We're going to call this the compliance document. Maybe it's the attestation report. And then I have the naming actually going off of this keyword section here just for this demo. So I'm just going to put in the last name here to have that renamed by this last name here. And let's go ahead and also fill in that. This is just a random field here. We can call that test and click OK. So we'll give this a second to process. All right, once we refresh here, it's going to get moved away. Now, if I go into Aaronson's folder under compliance, there is our attestation report. We've renamed it, right? It's no longer the 2025 CDI resources brochure. We're naming it per our naming conventions here. Now, you'll notice here that I applied the template color to this specific document. It's a green color. I know maybe hard to see on your end. What in the folder actually itself is pink. So ideally, you probably, if you're going to do this color coding scheme, you may probably want to have the documents within that compliance folder with the same color. But we're just trying to show here that you can have different colored templates within a folder that may be a different color here, right? So this is kind of more of a visual way of using Laserfiche. Did want to show you how you set these template colors in Laserfiche. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to my administration console here and show you where that's set up. So under metadata, under templates, the one we worked with today, it's client files. So that was my green color folder. So here you have a drop down for your various colors, right? So you can design your colors based on a specific need that you may have, right? Select your colors here for that specific template. The other one, just for example, was the client compliance one. So that one was the pink color one. So this is where it's set up. This is what the workflow is then using to apply this template field with that color over into Laserfiche. All right, so that's how that's set up. Now, when you run a search for this stuff, it is pretty neat because you can see the colors in the search as well. So I'm going to show you that next. I'm going to close this folder out here, open Laserfiche searching. And I'm just going to have it search that one folder where I know I have that color in my client files folder. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to search within a specific folder. This would be the client files folder right here. Then I hit OK. And I just wanted to show me literally everything. Show me all the folders, show me all the subfolders in Laserfiche and all of the documents within this client files folder. And as you can see, there it is. Now it's in color. We can clearly see investments, got this light blue color, financial planning, this different color. So again, this may be simple for some of you all on the phone or on the call, and you're thinking, well, I'll never use this. But I know there are some people out there that are interested, that are more visual type learners, and they may be interested in having this color feature in Laserfiche. Just makes it a little bit more intuitive for them as well. So just kind of wanted to point out that you have this option for assigning color to your templates and within your documents. I think there was a question. Let me see. I'll take these questions later. I think these are not specific to this out of file workflow. So I'll answer those when we have our Q&A section towards the end. So apologies if this was maybe a little too basic for you all, but again, we wanted to point out something that's not often shown in Laserfiche. So there it is. All right, let's get into a demo of Laserfiche. Let's do Laserfiche snapshot, right? So I'm gonna go back to my folder here and import a snapshotted document into this folder here. I'm just gonna import it into the Andrew Albers folder here. So with Laserfiche snapshot on my desktop, I have a notepad document, right? So this doesn't have a direct integration into Laserfiche. There's no Laserfiche ribbon here, but you can definitely go to File, Print, and select Laserfiche Snapshot from your print driver selection. Once you do that, it's going to use Laserfiche Snapshot as the virtual printer. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Print. Now, this is where Well, I'm already logged into Laserfiche Cloud, so I didn't have to log in again, but there's also a first time login screen that pops up as well. But here's where you can define those properties when you're using Laserfiche Snapshot. So by that, I mean, you can select whatever the document name is. So let's just call it snapshot test. Now, you can actually apply a Laserfiche token here. So maybe you want to put like a dash here and then select a token from this list. Maybe you want the date and the time in the document name. So you can select a token and it will automatically put in the date and time when it imports this into Laserfiche. Now you can tell it where to save this in Laserfiche. So in this case, I want to go ahead and select that folder where I was just in. So under Custom Solutions, under Andrew Albers, I'm going to save it there. So you can now tell it where to go, where to save it. You can also apply metadata here manually if you want to do that. You can also have this be imported into an incoming folder in Laserfiche and then have the workflow kick off and automatically reprocess this document, assign some metadata, assign the template, do the whole color coding thing as well for you. I'm not going to fill out any metadata here, but again, based on whatever template you assign, it's the metadata you're going to be populating in there. You can apply tags on snapshotted documents. Those are those security or informational type tags, which is pretty nice. You can tell it what to extract, if to extract text from this document or not. Most likely, you definitely want to have this OCR. So let's go ahead and select that here. How do you want to handle this document? You want to create a new document in Laserfiche. If there's already a document with that same name, it can do that. It can add this into that original document already. So you can snapshot page 3 into a document, right? That may have the page 3 currently missing if that was the case. So you can do that as well here in the document handling properties. So once that all looks good, we'll hit OK and snapshot that over into Laserfiche. You can go ahead and close out of this document here. Make sure we refresh our repository here. And there is that snapshotted document with the name. The token got populated into our document name, and this is what it looks like. Opens up in the Laserfiche viewer. Our metadata pane is here. Our text is here, so the OCR text appear in the text pane. So this is a nice way, because there may be some proprietary applications, like maybe an ERP, even like an ERP system, right? Doesn't have a direct connection to Laserfiche, but you just want to take an image of whatever is being outputted by that ERP system and save that over into Laserfiche. Well, you can use Laserfiche Snapshot. It's built in and ready to go. So I think Snapshot is great, but just underutilized by our customers. Go ahead and delete that here. So that's Snapshot. Let's go ahead and show you email importing in through a manual drag and drop process. I don't know if a lot of people know this too. You can manually drag and drop emails into Laserfiche, which is really awesome. So I'm in my Outlook here, and I can drag and drop this into our folder here. Now the system will recognize that this is an email, right? So it automatically assigns the email template and strips out the metadata from the email, such as the sender, recipient, other information that we want to track that we can capture from the email that's available there. We can define what we do with the attachment. If there was an attachment, do we want this as a separate document in Laserfiche, but linked together, or leave it in the message? So that's an option there for you. You can also do document tagging here as well. You can generate the searchable text as well. So once that's all good, you click OK here, and this imports that into Laserfiche. So this is the manual way of doing it. Like I mentioned before, with Import Agent, this could be automated, where it's doing it without any user interaction behind the scenes, monitoring folders on the email server and bringing those emails in automatically. So once it's in Laserfiche, you can name it based on maybe like the email subject, like in this case. And then you have your metadata available in Laserfiche for that email, right? So this is where you can run those searches for emails then. You can have more granular searching capabilities for email in Laserfiche. You also have it text extracted. So all of those keywords within documents and attachments are easily searchable, and it's quick. So you get your results quicker, right? So good way to organize your emails, do email archiving, find those emails at a later time. So that's email archiving. Now let's get into version control in Laserfiche. Let's go ahead and open up Microsoft Word. So version control and the Office integration, I'm going to show both of those at the same time. So I have a Microsoft Word document here, and we're going to work with this document and import it into Laserfiche after it opens. All right, I think it's behind the scenes. There you go. Apologies. I guess Microsoft Word was asleep this morning here. So anyway, here we go. So here's my Word document, and you have a Laserfiche ribbon in Microsoft Word, which is really awesome. So it has a direct link into Laserfiche, and you can save this to Laserfiche. Once you're done with this document and you want to archive it into Laserfiche, put it in the repository, apply some metadata, and turn on version control. So let's pretend I'm done typing up this document. We want to save it to Laserfiche. We're going to save it as a new document in Laserfiche. I may need to sign into Laserfiche Cloud if it doesn't know. Okay, we need to sign in here. Let's do that. I get this lovely little error. I don't know why that keeps coming up either, but that's okay. All right, and then here we navigate what folder we want to send this document into Laserfiche, right? So we can select, again, that folder we've been working with today. Put the document name here, pretty standard. What file type we want to save it as. There's a couple of different file types for Microsoft Word, obviously. So we'll save it as docx, save to Laserfiche. Here's also where we can apply metadata to this Microsoft Word document as it's going into Laserfiche. So we can go ahead and apply any template from our list. This could also go into that incoming scans folder. Once it gets there, the workflow could apply some metadata to it, apply the template if it knows what template to apply, and fill in some metadata, maybe by doing some lookups into Laserfiche or metadata already in Laserfiche, maybe connecting to another system or a database and filling in some metadata from that system. But you can also obviously manually index this here. I'm just going to apply that general template again. I'm going to save everybody time, not fill out any metadata here, but you can also apply tags. You can do those security or informational type tags as well. Once that's all good, we can go ahead and save the Laserfiche. So now this is in Laserfiche. Great. You know, we're becoming more organized. We're not going to store stuff all over network drives, file shares. We're going to standardize on Laserfiche, because in Laserfiche, we can turn on version control. So let's go ahead and refresh. Here's our document here. Now you can actually turn on version control on the whole folder, right? So we can track changes for the entire folder for all documents that come into that folder. It can automatically turn on version control, but you can also just turn in ad hoc for specific documents within a folder, which I'll do here. I'll say start tracking version on this document. So now Laserfiche knows we want to track versions, right? So maybe we want to put in a version label. This is version 1. Maybe you want to call it just A1 or something like that. We can leave a comment for this specific version. If we want to go ahead and do that, I'll just put test here, click OK. So great, now we're tracking version history on this document. So if I open this up, and hopefully Word is awake, it is awake, thank God. We can go ahead and make our edits to this. So editing, right? And then if I go and close out here, it's going to recognize that this is a new version, or changes have been made. I can also do it from the Laserfiche ribbon here. Another cool feature in the integration here is you can actually update metadata from within Microsoft Word, right? So now we have this document stored in Laserfiche. We can go ahead and update any metadata here as well if we want to go ahead and do that. So I could come in here and maybe add in some information into the template. Great, click OK. That's fine. We're going to close out of this here. It recognizes a new version. We can save it as a new version, save it as a new document. We're going to do a new version, click OK. So edits on page 1, maybe this is A2. So now it's in Laserfiche, still the same document, but just version controlled, right? So we have that history there. And I'm going to navigate over to the thin web-based client just because we've been neglecting it here for this whole time. For web clients been getting ignored. So let's go ahead and go to that repository. Works in the web client, same features and functionality. I just want to change everybody's perspective here, show the web client here. So let's go to that folder here. Andrew Albert. So there's that Word document. Now we can go ahead and view that history here, right? So under our metadata pane here, under the details pane, we know there are 2 versions. And here we have a preview of what those 2 version changes were and by who. So we have a little audit trail. We know who the creator was for each version. If they left any comments, the version label, what time and date those edits were made. So we have that viewable here. We can select our 2 versions and go here under more and compare versions. This will just give a brief summary of the changes. When we click compare changes, it takes us a little bit deeper. It's actually going to open that Word document and show us where those actual changes have been made. So there we go. So Word obviously has the track changes feature built into it, so we can go ahead and see exactly what was changed in the actual 2 versions. If we hover over it, it's also going to have the author's name here as well and what the change was. So there is that. So that's version control in Laserfiche. The cool part, again, is that you can update metadata from Laserfiche. This is just the compare version section, but if I open this back up from Word, let's go ahead and do that. I think I already showed it, but it's really nice because you can open those documents and make those edits to your metadata directly from Word. So we're going to open up our local Word copy here. So opening up from the web client for edits. Well, again, it's sleeping on me, so I'm not quite sure what is happening, but let's go ahead and do it from the fixed client. All right, let's open it up from here. All right, so that's in use currently because I did get it locked up here. Let's go ahead and make sure we close out of this here first. So this is also enforcing simultaneous editing, right? We don't, in some cases, we don't want to do that. So as you can see, there's a little pencil icon over this right now. That means this document was currently being edited, and we definitely want to enforce simultaneous editing as well. So that's why it's only opening up a local copy, but not the actually version controlled copy in Laserfiche. So let's go ahead and make sure we get that clear down here. Close all my copies here. All right, perfect. Now it's been unlocked again. We can go ahead and open this up. And there we go. So what I wanted to show here, you make any additional changes here, it's just going to keep saving it as new versions, and you can go ahead and apply any additional metadata here as needed for whatever reason you wanted to go ahead and do that, or change the template completely. You can select from your template list directly from Microsoft Word. I think this is really cool. I think this is why I'm showing it the second time. You don't have to switch, go back to Laserfiche. You can do this directly from Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, the whole Microsoft Office suite it works with. Really nice. All right, so that's version control. The other thing that goes with version control is check-in and check-out. So I did want to show that next here. Let's go ahead and discard these changes here. So we want to go ahead and prevent simultaneous editing of our documents in some cases. So what we can do is do check in and check out, right? So I can go ahead and check in or check out this document. That's just going to make it and put it in a read-only state for any other users. And I sort of did it accidentally about 5 minutes ago because I opened it from web client, and then I tried to open it again from the fixed client. So that process is enforced as you also, but we can also do it manually here. So we can manually check out this document here. So maybe I can say took home for the weekend. And okay, so now this document is checked out. So again, that little pencil icon it's maybe a little bit hard to see, but it puts it right over the icon, the Microsoft Word icon. And that just means that it's read only for any other user outside of the person that's checked this document out. So if another user attempts to open this document, they'll see that it's checked out. So if they go under checkout details, they'll notice the checkout details. So it's been checked out myself, what time, if there's any notes or comments, those are also visible here. The additional users can view this document. They just can't make any edits to it until I check it back in. Even if they just slightly hover over it, it says this document is checked out. Now to check it back in, you just go into the check in and check out option and check in this document. Maybe add an additional version label. Done with edit or something like that. Click OK. Now it's checked back in. So that little pencil icon has disappeared. And we can go ahead and view that version history here. I'm going to show you what the version history looks like in the thick client as well. Pops up with a little box here for us. And there you go. You also have the ability to see that version history in the thick client as well. All right, so I think you saw some pretty neat tools. I think there's some folks that may not be familiar with a lot of these tools that are already included in Laserfiche and can really help you getting organized. Because I know there's people that scan documents or print documents just to go scan them back in. And I think Snapshot is a really nice tool. If you just want to take that image, send it to Laserfiche, and then have the workflow reprocess it further if needed. The email archiving, I think it's great. You know, you can manually archive emails or do it automatically through import agents. And then the Office integration is great. Microsoft OneDrive is also integrated, so you can import and export from Microsoft OneDrive. Beth had a question about Gmail. I don't know that question. I think with Laserfiche Cloud, there may be something for Gmail or G Suite, but I'll have to check on that for you, Beth, and get back to you later. So there's that. So yeah, we showed some cool tools today. The autofile workflow with the color, I think that's kind of a niche case, but there's maybe somebody that's interested in having more of a visual representation in Laserfiche. So let's finish up with some of these slides here. So any questions? We just had that one question from Beth. If you have any follow-up questions, please do let me know at a later time. I did want to go over some Laserfiche resources or CDI resources first. So if you're a client, CDI client portal, that's where you can sign up for free Laserfiche training every other Tuesday. We provide free, no-cost Laserfiche group training. You can attend that and get some really good training for free. Our consulting services, email address, if you want to reach out to us, you have a project that requires some consulting services, make sure you leverage our CDI YouTube library. Not only this webinar is archived there, but every single webinar we've done in the past. We have a lot of videos showing Laserfiche, new features, new products, user groups, interviews, a lot of cool stuff there. CDI blog, monthly webinars, our newsletter, and I already mentioned our free training Tuesday that we do for our customers. Laserfiche resources up on screen. Laserfiche has an awesome solution exchange that you can also sign up for Aspire and CPP training courses. This is how you get certified with Laserfiche. different levels, different tiers of certification. You can attend those classes. We do sponsor our customers for those certifications. Laserfiche has some getting started guides online available. If you're brand new to Laserfiche, you don't know what you're doing, you can go ahead and get some information from their getting started guides. And then the solution marketplace is great too. That's where you can kind of shop for integrations and forms that other entities have already built out and that they're sharing on the solution marketplace. So that's available there along with integrations. And then Laserfiche Answers, that's their online forum. You can actually interact with Laserfiche developers, ask them questions on how do I do this, or what's coming next, or this is what we want to see in Laserfiche. So it's a really great interactive forum there. So go ahead and sign up for that as well. Other than that, here's my contact info on screen. I do thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful, not too basic. I know we have some basic users as well, so this is kind of geared towards them, those folks. Some of our other webinars are a bit more advanced on advanced topics, so look for those upcoming webinars. We look forward to doing them throughout the year, and they will be announced on our website as we figure out what the topic will be that people are interested in seeing. So again, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next webinar.